Hey love, I'm Gina, a fitness, nutrition, and self-love coach, helping high-achieving women heal their relationship with food and their bodies so they can finally feel free, strong, and confident in their own skin. If you've ever felt stuck in the cycle of restriction, binging, and body shame, trust me, you are not alone. On this podcast, we're calling out diet culture BS, building your dream body without the obsession, and getting real about what it actually means to love yourself in a world that constantly tells you not to. I've been there. Anorexia, binge eating, body hate, you name it, I've lived it. And now I help women just like you find food freedom, feel sexy in their skin, and take their damn power back. So get ready, because the Fit Without Obsession podcast starts now. Let's get real for a second. You have probably heard someone come up to you and say, you just need to love your body. And while that sounds beautiful in theory, sometimes that phrase literally just makes you want to curl up in a ball and cry. Because what happens when you don't love your body? Like, what happens when you're not feeling that body love? What happens on the days that you wake up bloated, puffy, or triggered, and the last thing that you feel is love for your body? Love your body became another expectation women are shamed for not meeting. It's wild that we honestly went from hating our bodies to feeling guilty for not loving them enough. Like, what? When do we just get to be and be human? And I know for me, I remember being in recovery, scrolling on social media, seeing all of these body positive posts that maybe had good intention, but I was sitting there thinking, wait, am I still broken, or is something wrong if I don't feel this way? Like, if I don't feel fully in love with my body, am I not healed? But honestly, healing doesn't mean constant body love. It really means building a relationship with your body that's grounded and kind and safe, even when you are not vibing with how it looks. This episode is honestly going to help you breathe again. You're going to leave knowing that you don't have to love every inch of your body to live a life full of freedom and peace. Now, the body positivity movement started with good intentions, but it honestly turned into another box for women to feel like they have to fit into. Again, as a society, we went from hating your body to you must love it no matter what, and both extremes are honestly exhausting. And really, this allows perfectionism to continue to sneak in. I know a lot of my clients come to me thinking, if I can't love myself fully, I must still be broken. I know in my experience, I used to think that the day I loved my body was the day that I would be finally healed. I could say okay, I am healed, I'm recovered, and I love myself all the time. And I imagined that it was going to feel like this magical morning where I was going to wake up and I was going to look in the mirror and I would think to myself, yep, I love every single part of me. And here's a spoiler alert, that day never ever came. And yet I did heal. I am the most healed version of myself that I could be. Healing is not about never having bad body image days. It's about not letting those days control your actions. You can still have hard body image days and be deeply healed. Healing is not about what you feel. It's about what you choose to do with those feelings. So let's go into what healing actually means and what actual healing could look like. So there's really kind of three pillars that I want to break this down into. And the first one is that we are going to have acceptance over affection. You don't have to love how your body looks every single day to accept it as your home. We can have body neutrality. I actually think that's a really great space to be in before we go into full-blown body positivity, because it really just allows your body to exist without attaching moral value to every fluctuation. Now, some examples are you're going to bloat, you're going to weight changes, you're going to take progress pictures and not like them. You might have mirror moments where you feel uncomfortable. And it's not saying you have to sit there and lie to yourself and be oh my God, I love that I feel like crap in my stomach area right now. But you can sit there and say, okay, I accept this for what it is, and it's not going to define me. It's not going to define how I move forward throughout the day. It's not going to define the emotions I have around myself. The second pillar of healing is having compassion over criticism. Healing means that you end up catching that mean voice that you're hearing in your head and responding to it with that compassion. You can think a negative thought about your body and then actually not believe it. I know, sounds crazy, right? We think that we have to hold on to all these thoughts and that they are the truth, but our thoughts are not always the truth. We have so many things popping in our head throughout the day, so we can choose not to listen and answer to that thought. Because healing is not going to erase those negative thoughts. It's honestly not going to. There's no way for us to completely crowd that out. But when we heal, we can change our response to those thoughts. I have a client that when she first came to me, she felt so uncomfortable in shorts and she would avoid that. And she would go to the gym, sweating her ass off, even in the middle of the summer, like had no AC. And she would just be miserable because she felt like she wasn't worthy because she didn't like the way that she felt in her skin and how her legs looked. But now she still wears them, even if maybe it's a day where she is feeling a little bit judgy around her legs, because her values matter more than her fears. Now, the third pillar of what healing actually means is having connection over control. The goal is not to control your body, but to actually connect with it. When I ended up stopping micromanaging my body, I finally started to hear what it was actually asking for, which was rest and food and movement that actually felt good, instead of just forcing, chicken and rice every single day, restricting it, and trying to do hours and hours of cardio. Connection looks like asking, what does my body need right now? And actually trusting that answer, even if it's rest or dessert or skipping a workout. Maybe it's on paper what you've been told not to do. But when you have that connection with your body, you don't have to be fearful of it anymore. You can actually trust that it's trying to take care of you. So another way we can look at this too is like, are we checking in or are we checking out? Because when we're checking into our body, that's going to look like listening to it, trusting it, actually following through with that urge that you're feeling. But checking out could mean that you're actually ignoring what your body is saying, and it really could feel like obsession. So in real life, I want you to know what healing can look like for you. And it's a beautiful thing. Just because we might not love our body every second when we're healed, that doesn't mean it's not something we should strive for. It's literally the best thing that you can incorporate into your life. Because you could eat dessert without spiraling into guilt. When you're healing, you could wear an outfit even when you're having maybe a bad body image day and it just feels a little off. When you are healed, you're also going to choose rest days and you won't call them lazy anymore. And maybe when you're in this healed place, you're going to be able to actually say no to mirror checking before you leave the house and not feel like it has to be this ritualistic thing. You can be healed and have days where you don't feel great in your skin because your worth doesn't hinge on those moments anymore. Healing is not this linear or loud thing. It honestly is very quiet and it's grounded in confidence. The women that I work with don't end up loving every inch of their bodies every single day. Like, I will tell you that right now, but they end up loving their life again, like to the extreme. They are changed people that just are so immersed in living what their values are, living what is true to them, living so much more than the way that they feel in their skin. You're not feeling if you don't wake up every morning feeling like a goddess. You're actually growing every time you choose peace over that punishment. It means when you're healed that you can hold discomfort and still choose that compassion. You can have that bad body image day and not let it ruin your week. You can feel insecure and still show up fully for your life. You're gonna have ebbs and flows with body image. The sooner that we can accept that and anticipate that and recognize that that doesn't have to mean anything about our bodies or how we actually go about our life, the better off we're going to be. Our bodies are living, breathing, changing things. You're not actually supposed to feel the same about it every day. You don't feel the same about your partner every single day, right? Like, you don't feel the same way about your job every day, or maybe, your coffee order. Like, you might change it up sometimes, and that's okay. The goal is not to love your body every single day. The goal truly here to be healed and happy and joyful is to build a life so full, so vibrant, so deeply yours that how your body looks that day just doesn't hold that power anymore. Healing is not a finish line. It's this lifelong relationship with yourself. And some days that relationship will feel easy, but other days it's going to take work. But it is yours, and it's really honestly worth tending to and spending that time. If this episode hit home, I would love for you to just share this with someone who needs this reminder today, because you're not alone in this. A lot of people to feel this way. So you could really make a monumental difference in someone's life by sharing this and letting them know that it's okay to accept their body at all stages. And if you are ready to go deeper into healing your relationship with food and your body, you can join my one-on-one coaching or hop into my program, Fed Up to Free. There are links in the show notes. You can go through all of the details there. But no matter what, I want you to know that you deserve peace in your body. Not perfection, but actually peace. And remember, you don't need to love your body to live a life that you love. Thank you so much for tuning into the Fit Without Obsession podcast. If this episode helped you heal, grow, or just feel a little less alone, go ahead and hit the follow button so that you never miss a moment of this journey. And if you loved it, share it on your stories and tag me at @thefitbean_. I seriously love seeing what resonates. Sharing this podcast helps more women step out of a session and into their power. And that ripple effect starts with you. And if you're ready for deeper support, check the show notes for ways that we can work together. Just remember, eat the pasta, wear the shorts, and love the hell out of your life. You deserve it always. Talk soon.